Alrighty guys, how's she going now? Hope you're all having a good one. This is getting to be an interesting thing. I just spent the last, I don't know how long, well, we washed it off, and I just spent the last, I don't know how long, pulling all that air intake off just so I can get to one valve cover. The very first one, the one to the front of the engine. And then I just had a stupid idea, and I'll show you in a minute, but I got number one right there is back installed with a new gasket on it. 2 is off. 3 is in behind, but I can get to it. 4, 5, and 6, I should be able to get those off easily enough. But number 1, I have to take all this off to get that cover off. Anyway, just spent a shitload of time cleaning out that tubular air intake, and I still gotta put that thing on it. There's a bunch of crud in there. I don't know if it's ever been cleaned, but with these valve cover gaskets, so this is the old one, and all it is literally is a piece of rubber. It's not an actual gasket like what I'm used to seeing. It's just a piece of friggin' rubber, and it just sits over the top, and then as you bolt it down, it squashes it in tight against the head of the engine. But I had a dumb idea. Should I be putting a dab of grease on the inside of that groove right there? Or silicone? Or something like that? Kind of like what you would do with a oil filter. You know, you got an oil filter and you smear oil around the seal so it seals better. Should I be doing the same thing with this? I don't know. And see that there? That's friggin' paint from when they painted everything and it seeped in underneath the friggin' cover on the outer edge. But I don't know if I should be putting a dab of oil on the new one. Or right here. Inside this groove on the new one. I'm waiting for confirmation right now. So I'll bring you guys back in a little bit. Alrighty guys, well, we came for a mule ride. You're on your mule? It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and thought we'd come out to our organic land patch. I actually have this little sumbitch in 4x4 because he was spinning in 2-wheel drive. And it's friggin' wet. And soft. Like mud balls. I won't be on here today, that's for damn sure. We need at least 2 more days, I would say. Or 1 day with some good wind to dry this down enough. Because we disked it, that made it soft. And now with the rain, well, you could see the ground right through there. It just about doesn't have water sitting on top anymore, but there's a lot of ground all around that bush, the other side of the bush. I won't be able to get into it. Anything that's a little bit low along this edge of this, I won't be able to seed any of it. So we're just gonna wait. Old Mocha Dog came for a run, and it's basically a mile and a half, mile and 3/4. 2 miles on the road.
Are you gonna live?
You dying there, Moki? We'll throw you in the box of the side-by-side for the ride home. But what are we doing out here? We're picking some stones, some big monsters. I got another big one over here, and then another big one at the other end that I gotta grab, because I won't be able to seed with these monsters out here. So anyway, we'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. The friggin' twitch grass is coming in strong again. You can see that grassy growth. But anyway, I'll show you the hay here in a little while, right next door. Big stone. You dying?
No, I'm not dying. Not yet.
And I won't be able to lift some bitch. That's why we got the sleigh, and just roll them into the sleigh and then take them to the bush and drop them off. Talk to you later. Not sure why. It looks kind of thin on the outside edge right through here. This way you can't see it as much because of the sun, but it's coming. It's a coming, guys. Now with this rain, it's coming in nice. Here it's really nice. What are we up to? Top of my boot, mid shin. This is a little bit of a low spot right here, but another month, this is going to be a hell of a crop. Another month, she's going to be a hell of a crop, guys. Yeah, see? We got our little sleigh. Rock is goddamn near as big as a fucking sleigh. Not to mention all of these. We got lots. Mocha! Mocha's trying to drive. Mocha dogs. Oh, there she goes. She had enough of this.
She wants water.
She wants another drink.
She's my leg.
You got mocha hair all over you.
Go get some water, dog.
But this is a very wet goddamn field, let me tell you. It's friggin' ridiculous. Mocha's sinking in the ground. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta fire these rocks off, so we'll bring you back a little bit later. Oh, and before I let you go, actually, here, check this out. And so you can see the electric wire right here. Right there. You see all that grass? All the old grass from last year and now new growth coming in. That was our pasture last year that we didn't use. Well, the cows were on it for a couple weeks, but 2 years in a row, it never really got grazed at all. Last year, they came out and the landowner put cows on here, but basically put them out here too late. And the grass was too old and stemmy, and they wouldn't eat it. They kept leaving it. The year before that, they would come out here and they would eat, but there was no water. We ran out of water. So yeah, this year, I got a feeling we're gonna cut it, and we'll put all that old growth into bales and stuff, and new growth, so it'll be a good mix. And we could tub grind it, then let it grow up again, and then turn the cows loose on it later in the year. Anyway, yeah, lots of grass, and they got lots of grass just like that where they are right now. This is some of our rented pasture. Anyway, let you guys go. I got to get rid of these stones, so talk to you later. Look at that bitch. See that, guys? So there's that little girl and that little boy right there. I know it's hard to see him, but there he is right there. That one's not leaving. She's staying in the corral because her mama's right here and she's got bad hips. And that little boy right there, he has to go out. And there's nobody calving in here. Not that I'm afraid to walk in there. It's just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's got to be a couple cows laying down in the friggin' barn. Surprising how fast this dried up through here. There we go. What's going on with you guys standing in here out of the sunshine? It's cooler in here, right? That black coat you're wearing is just making you really hot, right? What are you doing? Your baby's outside. Hold on. She still didn't clean 110. Anyway. So yeah. What? We got a couple in here. Yeah, I'll let you guys go. We'll bring you back later. Alrighty guys, well we're back at her here with the T6050, and I did get confirmation last night on these rubber gaskets. And yes, the way everybody's putting them on is put them on dry, is what they're telling me. So that's what we're going to be doing. I already got this sucker, all of them are loose. You can see my hand in there. So it's just a single little bolt, 12 point or 12 mil. And generally speaking, and that's the cover. I'll have to clean him up a little more. And that's the gasket. And so yeah, not that big a deal. Now just to install, right? Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, so that's got all of our gaskets in place. Now we just got to get all the hoses hooked back up. This one's done already. I got to get this guy down here. He has to get hooked back into position. Another one on the other side. Right there, he has to get hooked back in. This long steel tube here, I gotta get him hooked back in and get the intake put on here yet. Then the new filters inside the air intake. A couple things left to do, but just the wrap up, right? So I'll bring you back when we're all done and we fire this sucker up, see what's gonna happen later. Alrighty guys, well I just started him and I drove him out and I parked him right there because I'm gonna do a rad cleaning. What am I using? Chem Search. Now this stuff, where can I set it? Here, just a second, guys. Our son found it, a dealer that's cleaning it, was selling this stuff by the liter up in Saskatoon a year ago, and I've never tried it. It's been sitting in the shop. But it's supposed to, oh, look at that right there. Danger, cause severe skin burns and eye damage. May be corrosive to metal. Nice. But radiators are not metal, they're aluminum. It's actually meant for aluminum and stainless. They use it in, look here. Cleaning or brightening coils and trailers. Do not let product dry on the surface and avoid food contamination. Suitable for use as a general cleaning compound in U.S. federally inspected meat and poultry plants. Use of all cleaning compounds in the edible product processing areas must be followed by potable water rinse. Well, you got to follow this up with potable water rinse, even in the radiators. So, we're going to give it a try on the rads. Need some glovies. And then it is a mixture of what the hell did I read there? 1 to 20. So 1 ounce to 20 ounces, I think, is basically what it barrels down to. And my jug that I'm going to use, my spray bottle, is 50 ounces. I know you might not be able to see that, but I'm basically going to put it in here for 60 ounces. So I need 3 ounces of this product in this jug, and then fill it with water and la-di-da. Spray it on, give it 3 to 5 minutes, then spray it off. So let's get at her. Okay guys, so just got done spraying the stuff in there, and you can see all that foaming in there. That's the friggin' product activating and working, and some foaming in here. I sprayed it once and then nothing was happening, and I figured, well, Christ, I know the rads are somewhat dirty, so I made it richer by probably like 1 to 10, and this is what we're getting now. So we'll just give her a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna hit it with the garden hose to flush those rads out, and probably flush them 2 times. Anywho, I'll bring you back when we go to flush. So we're flushing it out now. There's a lot of friggin' gunk in there. Well, I don't know how much gunk is actually in it, but it sure foamed up a hell of a lot. I'm assuming if the rads were clean, it wouldn't foam up so much. I'm not using high pressure water on it. I don't know if I should be or not, but I know I saw a lot of stuff coming out when I first started here before I turned the camera on. There's a lot of stuff coming out of there. Now, is that because of the stuff that we sprayed into it? Or is that just because I'm hitting it with water? I don't know, guys. I'm going to continue flushing here and we'll bring you back when we're done. Alrighty, guys. Well, I got lucky. I just got downright fucking lucky. So that red cow there and the red white face right behind her, and then that psycho bitch mean fucker who is laying down over there, but her calf is not with her. All of the calves were in the calf shelter. I just drove right up here with the calf cage and blocked it off so they can't get out. Sweet. Now we just got to get our ear tagging pliers, our rubbering pliers, and so on and so forth, and we can catch them inside there and we'll be safe. So it's no big deal, right? CP actually went for all the stuff that we need. This girl's getting close. She's starting to fill. She's not springing very goddamn much, but she is starting to fill. She'll be end of June again. God dang it. Anyways, I'll let you guys go, because we want to get these two cows and the psycho bitch. We want to get them the hell out and onto grass, because they don't need to be in this corral. There's no point in feeding them if we don't have to, right? And here she comes. So I'll let you go and we'll bring you back later. Alrighty, guys, well, we just fired her up. Pulling some water out of the rad still. But that's the cleanest I've ever seen these rads. Now what the hell am I doing? Why is it running? Well, basically, I want to get the engine hot enough to find out if these fucking new gaskets we put in are gonna leak. So I'm gonna let her run for a while. I figure about an hour worth of running at about 1200, 1300 RPM. That should tell me if it's gonna leak or not. But yeah, for this rad flush stuff, I just went and picked up one of these pump spray bottles, and that's what I'll be using that bottle for. And it'll come in handy for other things. We actually bought 2 of them from the old Princess's Auto. Christ, I think they were like 15 bucks. So that's pretty darn cheap if they last, right? Anyway, I got one for CP for doing little tiny spot spraying around her garden and stuff like that for weeds. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. The cows that had calves are all gone from the corral, even the one with the bad hip. I didn't really want to kick her out, but CP said she's better off out there, so we let her out. Anywho, we can leave her be and see how she does out there, and worst case scenario, if I have to, I'll bring her back. Talk to y'all later. Alrighty, guys, well, don't worry about the noise in the background. That's just the air compressor. But let's see here. That's not available while using wide lands. Huh, how about that? Go to this, go to that. No leakages down there, from what I can see. So that's a positive. If I don't fall here. Ugh. That bolt looks a little bit wet. I might have to snug that fucker up a little bit. But as far as the seals themselves, they look okay. So this goddamn engine, you know, it's got so much fucking paint on it. It's just unfrigging believable. I ended up, it was puddled and then, well, obviously dry and crusty. But I ended up having to chip puddled paint off of the friggin' valve covers. And the bolts, they're not even, you can't even get the right size of wrench or socket on the bolts because they're such heavy paint on them. It's nuts. First time the engine's ever been worked on, so anywho, we got that one looked after, so that's a positive. Now, I just ordered PTO seal, bottom 3-point hitch mount arm seals. So I'm not 100% sure, but from what I understand, this whole block assembly goes right across to the other side. This shaft goes right through. We got to pull this off in order to get the shaft out, in order to pull this bearing and the seal that's on the other side out. It's gonna suck. That's all I can say. Dump all the oil, which is fine. It needs to be dumped and changed and new oil put in and new filters, blah, blah, blah. That's why we haven't serviced anything up 100% yet, because of all the leaks that I want to look after on this thing. One was the engine there, now on the back end. So we've got the seals and the bearings and everything. The O-rings are all ordered. I'm going to be talking to my neighbor to see if he can give me a hand with this, because I don't want to fuck it up. How's that sound? But yeah, that little drop of oil right there, it's coming from there, from this thing. And there's another one on the other side. It's got a bunch of dirt. I blew a bunch of crud off of here. And it's coming out of the shaft on the other side. From in here. It's not a real bad leak, but when the tractor gets heated up really bad, then it gets to being a bad leak. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. This is the next project. Fun, right? And hopefully, somewhere in between, we'll be able to get the last field seeded to oats and alfalfa grass mix. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. We'll yammer at you all later. Have a good one.